Hello, this is VapeAM. I'm Eli Juicy Jones, and this is Orbital Vaping Headquarters. What happened with the Joyetech Ocular? The touchscreen mod, 5000 mod from Joyetech. This was supposed to be a Cuboid Killer, but it's not. And there's some major problems with it. Or maybe they're minor, but they need to be fixed before you buy one. And so tune in for the show today, and I'm going to go all into it, and I'll show you how to use the software too. It's pretty cool. This is VapeAM. VapeAM, the Joyetech Ocular. It's legit. I'm going to talk about it. Wow. VapeAM. Good morning. I am Eli Juicy Jones, and you're tuned in to Orbital Vaping Headquarters. This is VapeAM, my morning show every Wednesday. On the weekdays, we tune in and we do a live broadcast on YouTube where we do hard reviews and DIY. And on Saturdays, I have another show here at Orbital Vaping Headquarters called Vaping Down to Dusk, where we do interviews and talk about people's vapor stories and quitting smoking. And Orbital Vaping Headquarters is a channel where you get pure, raw information, lots of science. It's early as hell, so it's hard for me to talk. One of the first things I want to do is say hello to everybody in chat. I love all y'all, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. There's James, Ben, Ryan, another James, Neil, Michaela, and everybody. I hope you guys are having a great morning, Andrew, and I will talk to you guys a little bit, Eric, a little bit later after the look at the Cuboid Mini. So let's go down to the desk and let me just show you a little mod porn here. And we moved. There it is. That's the Cuboid Mini. That's it right there. In the box, all you get is a Cuboid Mini and a power cord and a manual. So there's not too much to it. It needs a kind of case pretty badly. And the reason I bought this thing was purely on the merits of having so many Joyetech devices. I've owned all the Joyetech stuff from last year, most of the Wismec stuff. And these Cuboids, I absolutely adore these things. I love them. And the Cuboid Mini especially is probably my favorite mod. It's a 2500 mAh LiPo 80 watt mod. And I was thinking that this would be the logical extension of that. This has a touchscreen. It has the ability to play MP3s. Let me just get my Van Gogh vapes and my Cuboids out of the way here. I'll lay these down so they don't get in the way. And the first thing you'll notice about it is that the finish is absolutely crazy. Let me just go back up to the top and talk about just the big picture here for a second. Joyetech has made a touchscreen mod, plays MP3s, is a little bit smaller than a Cuboid, bigger than a Cuboid Mini, and there's some things about this that absolutely drive me crazy. It's a great little mod. It has things like a pedometer and the ability to use social networking to see how much you vape. And there's a little graph of how many puffs you've taken over the last week or whatever, and how many steps you've taken. And that's really cool. It doesn't sync with my Galaxy S Health, though. Come on, Joyetech, why not? And it has a cool Android app. But there's a few things about it that make it just absolutely crazy. And those three things are the finish, the button, and the software, the lock screen. First of all, this is the silver finish, and I'm sure the painted one and the gray one are different, and maybe they're better. But the second point about the button is going to underscore this. This finish feels terrible. This stainless steel finish feels like a 90s refrigerator. It is like the mod equivalent of a chalkboard. It feels so horrible. My girlfriend won't even touch it. She felt it one time and was like, oh, my hand's dried out just touching it. So I absolutely hate the stainless steel they picked. It's different from what they did with the Cuboid, and it's different from what they did with the Cuboid Mini, and it's different from what Wismec did with the Noisy Cricket 2. And it feels terrible. So it needs silicone or something, but just a better finish would be fine. If it had the exact same finish as the Cuboid Mini, it would be perfect. I don't know why they changed that. So it feels disappointing. But the second thing is that the lock screen always comes unlocked. The way this works is that you simply slide the screen over to unlock it, and it's a little bit slow, as you can see there. Like it's still thinking. Okay, so it finally worked. And if you lock the screen by pressing the lock, all you gotta do is slide it over. But the thing is, that motion, it's activated by everything. It's activated by vaping. Also, the screen's very sensitive, and I'll show you on a close-up how when you're swiping, it's way too easy to get accidental swipes on this thing. Way too easy. It needs a firmware update bad. And what I would recommend is specifically make it so that 3 clicks locks it. Lock screen. Do it like the DNA 200. You don't use triple clicking on this because you have the touch screen. Trust me, Joyetech. Triple click to lock. Trust me. Triple click to unlock, maybe. If you want to lock it by pressing the button or triple clicking, fine. But do this. Or I can't recommend anyone buy this. It's a pain. It comes unlocked constantly and every time. So every time you pick it up, pretty much, you have to reset the software. It's crazy. It's like, oh, my watts are, like right now, look, we're in TCR mode, and I want to be in watt mode. So I got to go keep swiping. And you didn't even see how it unlocked. So bad finish. The software needs a firmware update really bad to fix the lock screen situation. And don't forget, triple click to unlock. Triple click, not a swipe. Do not have a swipe to unlock. Do you understand? Do not have a swipe to unlock. It makes no sense to have a swipe to unlock. And the third thing, though, and this is major, 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 major problem, the button sticks. The button sticks, the button sticks, the button sticks. I have pressed this button many times and had it just stick. And I'm telling you, on something this dangerous, that is insane. It has a 10-second timer, so it will go off, but this thing went off in my hand 7 or 8 times. This the first few hours I used it, and I was in shock, looking to my girlfriend going, it's 2017, how can any mod have a problem with a button? But the button sticks over and over and over and over. And this is really the major #1 underscoring thing that makes me irate about this mod, is that I love Joyetech. I love you guys. I think your electronics are great. I love your designs. I am really upset that you make such a basic safety mistake, that you cannot expect us to buy this stuff with you making basic mistakes like this. So fix this. I don't want anyone out there to buy this until that button is fixed. So, because it's a pain in the ass and you never know. I'm an experienced user, and sometimes you can't even hear it, and you can't tell that it's stuck until it's been frying for a while. So I turned it off. So I'm sorry if I seem a little irritated about this, but I am, and I think that Joyetech, you really got to just make a few changes to this before I can tell anyone to buy it, because it has a number of amazing features that no one's going to see until you do some basic things right, because there's just no point. I really think that this is one of the best feeling mods I've got, but it's too heavy and the finish is terrible. I mean, I like the shape of it is what I made by feeling, and but the finish is absolutely terrible on this, and I should have gotten a painted one. But even if I had, the button would still stick, I suspect. I always get stainless steel because the buttons shouldn't stick, but this time they do. And so, and the lock screen is just an absolute pain. It's a nightmare. It needs an absolute, it needs to have triple click to lock. So let's go and take a slightly closer look at this on the desk, is what I'll do. And then I'll show you guys a few things in detail specifically about the software. By the way, don't forget to drink some lovely coffee and have a vape. I'm vaping on Van Gogh Vapes, Eat and Mess right now, and I have to have a vape before we do this anymore, because I've been sitting here ranting so long that I better have one. I hope all you guys in the audience are having a nice day. I hope everybody who is watching on the replay is having a nice day too. Don't forget to like and subscribe these videos. Click on that like button, and if you like the video, subscribe and you'll get updates. We're live on Instagram all the time. Here's our address: YouTube and Instagram /JuicyJonesHQ. I'm vaping. Yeah, that's delicious. Strawberry meringue. Okay, so it's locked again. By the way, if you buy Van Gogh Vapes, also use the code JUICYJonesHQ and you get 15% off. It's a pretty big deal. They already have Canadian prices. So this is the Ocular. And the Ocular works in a pretty simple kind of way. You basically just swipe down for most things. When it's locked like this, and when it turns on, it should be locked, I think. You swipe from left to right on that little key like an iPhone. You notice how it's, that throbbing that you guys see right now, by the way, is not on what I see. What that is a product of the sync rates on the video cameras. So there's no way for me to adjust that right this very second. But just so you know, it doesn't actually throb like it looks like it is now. Like it looks like it's pulsing, but it's not doing that. So on here, you swipe left to right to unlock. And so now it's unlocked. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera on I'm going to turn off autofocus. And I'm just going to ask it to focus right there. Okay. So what you do is most of the time going forward into the menu system is swiping down or pressing a button. Going backwards in the menu system and getting out of things is usually swiping down again. Now the exception is getting to the main menu. To get to the main menu, you simply swipe down from the home screen. And when you swipe down, to get back to the vape menu, you tap that cloud. It took me a while to figure that out. When you're swiping to change modes, you can swipe either along the display buttons on the bottom here. I'll try to keep this still. Oops, it moved. Don't move. Oh, no, I'll just put my finger here. You can either move that way or do it on the top. And I find one of my problems with this display is that my fingers get in the way constantly. If you're holding it and you're trying to adjust the wattage, that's on bypass, that's wattage. If you're holding it trying to adjust the wattage, you're always going to have trouble. By the way, this thing has an Android app, which I'm going to show you guys. It's really cool. So when you're on the home screen, you can either swipe left and right to switch different modes, and it has the full complement of Joyetech temperature control modes. So those of you who like Joyetech electronics, which I do very, very much, are going to enjoy the fact that this has the full gamut of all of the Joyetech tech tricks and stuff. It's got the TC modes, it's got the variable numbers you can put in, you can tune your metals between them quite easily. So it's cool. I like temperature control on Joyetech. It's got titanium nickel bypass mode, and the bypass mode just reads whatever. It's going to give me 4 volts on bypass on this 0.22. You can see down here, it tells you the number of seconds of your puff, the ohm reading right now, amps, and volts. So this is actually quite good on bypass. Yeah, this is a flavor build. Just a twisted 26, I think I put on here, at about 0.22 on the Monstrudo Flying Saucer RDA from Coilmaster. So here, if we swipe left and right, we go between all the modes, it's locked again. And look, you can't really tell if it's locked or unlocked. It's delaying. There we go. So I'm swiping left and right, and I go wattage, temperature M3, temperature M2, temperature M1. VT means temperature control, so stainless steel, titanium, nickel, bypass, and wattage. It's fairly simple, actually. The truth is, you don't need a touchscreen for that. There's actually no reason to have a touchscreen in this. So it's a little bit annoying in that way for these controls. For other stuff, it's perfectly great. It has a pedometer and it has settings. It's kind of cool here. There's the number of steps that I took this morning, 608 steps, and it keeps a little history, and you can set your body type. Hey, somebody tell me what my body measurements are. Let's ask Google, shall we? Google. What is 180 pounds in kilos?
180 pounds equals 81.647 kilograms.
Okay, so I'm going to put myself on 85 kilos because I'm a little bit more. What is 6'5" in centimeters?
6 feet 5 inches equals 195.58 centimeters.
So 196. So about 85 and 196. There we go. So, okay. And it'll tell you my step history, which was the last few days. I had to reset this thing. It's irritating that I had to completely reset it. And I lost all my data. So that bugs me just a little bit. Joyetech. And it was while I was charging it too. It has the ability to have photos, which how sweet is that? Who is that beautiful man right there? By the way, you guys start thinking of questions and stuff because I'm going to go through this sort of a little bit dry demo here. But as we go, I'm going to try to monitor the chat and we're going to ask some questions and I'll try to answer some as we go too. I'm just going to see if I can get another window up with that. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So now, now this guy in the menus has, I wonder if I could zoom in a little bit. Would that be useful? Yeah. I can't zoom in, can I? With this camera. Oh, wrong kind of camera. Sorry. Oh well, no big deal. So it has a pedometer. It has a music player, which if you plug it in through this little port right here into a headphone, it will play music. And I stupidly put headphones aside and then didn't bring them into the studio because I wanted to play headphones. But trust me, it holds some MP3s and you can play them and it's a little bit inconvenient to get to, but it does work. I mean, I do have this supercomputer here that's optimized and designed to play all this stuff, and this will play Spotify streaming all day long through Bluetooth headphones. And so I don't know why they included this feature, to be honest. But I'll tell you the feature that I really like, and that's the photos. I actually really love having photos and being able to upload them to the thing. I think it's fantastic. There are a few changes they need to make to the interface, but it's cool. If you swipe down from here, you get a little calendar, which shows you the date and time and lets you set it. And trust me, it's going to be wrong because this came from China and it's set to default under China time. So you'll have to set that. And there is a contacts app, which we should all become contacts on here. If you own one of these things, if we become contacts, we can compare pedometers and puffs and stuff, which I really like the social features of that. And there's a QR code. If you scan this QR code for Android or iOS, it lets you download the app. And let me show you the app. It's really cool, actually. We're gonna play with the app right here all together. Joyetech. This is fun, huh? God, I need to vape and drink some tea. Oh my God. I'm telling you guys, Eaton Mess and Faluda are so amazing. Faluda is a rose cardamom milkshake. Yes, it's delicious. And Eaton Mess is strawberry meringue. It's like strawberry milk. It's maybe one of the last 2 strawberries you'll ever have to buy. So here's one of my problems with the Joyetech is that basically every time that you want to connect with your phone, you have to go in and reset the wireless. So I had the wireless off, and the reason why I have the wireless off is that there really isn't a point because every time I close the app on the phone, I have to repair the thing. So it finds it right away, but it always loses it. But here's what's rad. This is what's fun. Look at that. This is awesome. I can lock it. I can change mode to M2, put in the value. I can go to bypass. That would just make that a swipe. Why isn't it just a swipe here? But you can just tap here. So this actually works much better than that. I love the Bluetooth. I love the pictures. I hate the MP3 player, and I hate the touchscreen for the controlling the mod part of it. You can control the brightness, which believe me, you're going to have to do. For daylight, you have to put it up here, but you're going to want to keep it down here most of the time because you can see it in the office. And you can change the volume on the MP3 player with it. And it tells you the battery level. More. And here's where we put in screensavers. I can put the clock as a screensaver, and I can upload photos to it from here, which I absolutely love. Go to photos. What do you guys think? You're looking at my phone. So look, here's a picture of Mary Tyler Moore, who is so beautiful. She died last week, and she looks exactly like my mother. And so I'm so sorry, but I just get kind of emotional. Some testing photos for Alpha Fox. Look, here's a picture of a magic card that I took. Oops, I lost it. Crop picture. I wonder why it reset that default. That was weird. So it has its own aspect ratio that I think is 5:4, and you put it on there and you crop your pictures and they go on, and then look. It takes forever to upload these, y'all. Look, I have my avocado on my noisy cricket. And thanks all for your comments and for your thumbs up and everything. I like this mod, but don't forget, while we upload this, let me just switch back and say that if you're just tuning in, I'm Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping headquarters. Today I'm talking about the Ocular from Joyetech and what's wrong with it. And I just want to sum up by saying that I can't recommend this mod until Joyetech makes a few changes to it. But I love this mod, and I think it's really cool. But there's a few things that make it just flat dumb or dangerous. One, the button still sticks. Joyetech, you have to fix the button sticking. I'm not telling anyone to buy this mod. In fact, I'm telling everyone not to buy it until Joyetech fixes the buttons for sure. Hire someone, fix the buttons. It's dangerous. Two, the finish on this stainless steel one is absolutely horrible. It feels like a chalkboard. It feels like the equivalent of a 90s stainless steel fridge. It's like bad tech, bad finish. It feels horrible, and I hate touching it. And so I think they really need to fix that. And three, the touchscreen locking needs to be reprogrammed. It activates no matter how you touch it. It always activates, and it always unlocks. It's far too easy to unlock. I recommend triple click to unlock and not swipe. Trust me on this. Triple click to unlock. That's exactly how my DNA works. Triple click to lock, triple click to unlock. It makes perfect sense. Don't be so stuck on your touchscreen. When all you have is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. You also have a button. Okay, so let's go back down. Right now we're looking at the software, and I'm just showing everybody, look, see? It shows my screensaver. We inserted a photo. Now it's in there. There's the photo. And we can swipe. How cool is that? Let's put another photo in. More pictures. Oh, what am I doing? Let's take a photo of me now on the review. There it is. So that's good. We're going to crop it. And now it uploads, and it's kind of fun. Thanks, Bob. I know the thumbs up is for me, totally. But if you're watching this in a replay, if you like these videos, put a thumbs up. If you don't, put a thumbs down. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what you think about the Ocular, about touchscreen mods. I like technology. I like the Bluetooth. I like the app. I think they overused the touchscreen. I think the mod's too heavy. This really should have been the Cuboid Mini Killer, but it's way too heavy. And the truth is, the Cuboid Mini has all the functionality this does, except for some of the fancy stuff, and it's much, much lighter. And look how long it takes to upload a photograph. My phone takes really good photos. I'm just looking at this thing. It looks like Will Brown says his Smock app disappeared from his thing, so they stopped supporting that, obviously. This takes some time. I'll go back to up to the top view. So it takes some time to be able to get the photos. Oh, and I want to make note that you can't vape while this is uploading. So that's a little annoying. I found out after the first day. I was like, oh, I want to upload photos. Oh, I want to vape because it takes forever. Nope. So have a backup. One lesson is buy these from retailers that you trust. And I wish I had an affiliate code or something so I could make some money on every time you buy one of these things, but I don't. I could say you can certainly get the Cuboid or the Ocular from anybody. I bought mine from Fastech, and it is the slowest place in the world. But one reason I buy things from Fastech is I'm not always worried about how long they take, because I pre-ordered this, I'm not kidding, in November. So October, November, a long time ago, or maybe December 9th or something. And so it took 2 months to get. But I do like Fastech's warranty. They will exchange things if you can demonstrate that it's broken. You have to send them videos of doing it, but they will definitely. Okay, here we are. Back under the desk with the app. So we've uploaded another photo. There it is. And you notice that it goes left and right. So it's like magic card, swipe right, head, swipe right, today's shot, swipe right, magic card, swipe left, head. So it is going left and right through the photos. So that's really fun. It also gives you all of the firmware update versions and everything else on your phone too, or on your thing too, which is nice. And you can set the wattage from here. So while it's connected, it's totally great. And like I said, if I had brought the headphones that I put aside to do this demo on headphones into the room, I would be showing you how it plays MP3s. But I'm looking around the room as we speak, just because I'm live on YouTube. I can't do anything about it now, but I really wish I had any pair of headphones with a cable I can plug in here. But anyway, it takes a normal 3.5-inch plug. The plug is on the bottom, which is kind of ridiculous, because if you set it down, it's completely useless. So you have to put this on something, and I've been using rubber bands to protect it on the table, but it's not that effective. But still, so immediately this thing needs some protection, certainly, because the screen, who knows how long it'll take. But so there we go, puffs. 37. And this is reset like today. Oh no, there we go. And this has all your equivalences. And you can make little charts. You have achievements, you have friends, and you guys can friend me on this. If you guys buy one of these things, you can totally hook up the app and hook up the social features. The social features are cool. The pedometer is cool. The fact that it has Bluetooth and it connects to the app is really cool. The photographs are cool. The MP3s are complete. Remember, I have the brightness all the way down here. So I'll turn it back up for the review here, because that's the rule, right? 100%. All right. The pictures are cool. The MP3s are completely useless. Unless it has Bluetooth, there's no point in having MP3s. And there's no point in having MP3s on your mod, because all of our phones are pretty good. Now, this might be true. This might be different in emerging markets where people don't have access to better mobile phones. So if that's true, then maybe, but I'm not that into it. But I love all the wireless features. I think that the actual touchscreen is a huge pain in the ass, and they don't need to do too much, but they absolutely must swap it so that it's a little bit less sensitive to accidental swaps. I constantly find myself in the wrong mode, constantly, and it's always resetting. The lock button is up there. You can just tap it, and that's nice. I like the lock button. They need to go triple click to lock and triple click to unlock and keep this button, but remove this. You have to remove this. Also, this button sticks, and all too often it sticks. It almost did it there for you on camera. I'm going to get it on camera one of these days, but it's happened dozens and dozens of times. It's not safe, and so I condemn this product until that is fixed. But having said that, I love this thing. It's got a bunch of features. It's a little on the spendy side, not too bad. It's about $100. So you get a lot for $100, but don't buy this until Joyetech fixes the button at least. And the locking situation is to your own taste. So if you enjoyed this and you enjoy Orbital Vaping Headquarters and Juicy Jones, then by all means donate some money to us. JuicyJones at gmail.com is our PayPal address. We'll use that money to buy cameras, e-liquid, all kinds of stuff. I want to thank the people who support this channel, which are Nuve Mods, AZ Swag Sauce, and Van Gogh Vapes. All of them are great friends, and they help us a lot. Don't forget to use the code JUICYJONESHQ at Van Gogh Vapes. You get 15% off their amazing Canadian prices, and it's maybe the best juice you've ever had. I'm not kidding. I'm going to do a full review of the Christmas present they sent me here, and as soon as I can squeeze it in, but it's mind-blowing, and it's changed my whole life when it comes to liquid, and I'm not exaggerating about that, so try any of those. And I love all you guys, and thanks for tuning in. If you're live, stay here. We're going to hang out for another probably 20 minutes and talk and chat in the live chat. If you're just tuned in for the replay, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about touchscreen mods, about my video, about anything you want in the world. And I'm Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters, and I really appreciate it. Hey y'all, that was just for editing purposes, so we have a nice little editing thing, but now it's our fun live show. Let's hang out, all of us. What did you guys think of my first look review / unboxing? I didn't unbox it, of my criticism of the Ocular. I'm always very interested in what all of you think, and I don't have enough time to read the chat while we do this stuff, so now I can really kind of hang out with you guys. I'm trying to organize my show a little bit better so that I just do the meat stuff first, and I do a little bit less greet and stuff in the beginning, and then I do more of this later. I want to give you guys updates on what's going on. I've got tons of stuff. I've got to review the Maxo Quad. I've got a review from iJoy. I've got it right now. I'm in the middle of reviewing the OBS V-Tank, which is like a bigger air version of the TF-V8, but it's a smaller tank, and it's cool with a better fill system. It's the biggest air of any sub-ohm tank I've got. The TF-V8 has no air compared to this. It's crazy. And what else? A whole mess of other stuff. I've got, we're making a mod with 2700 batteries. We're making, and that's going pretty well. I'm going to get the box here pretty soon. We have stickers. Go to doubleds.uk and get your stickers. Order those. They have hashtag JUICYJONESHQ in them. Put them on all your mods. Please do that, guys, because they're cheap, and it supports our friend M's, but that's just one of those things where I would love for you guys to have decals all over everything in your entire lives. Michaela asked where I got my coffee cup. I have no idea where this cappuccino coffee cup came from. I think I got it. I have no idea. Isn't it great? I really have no idea where it is. Ryan liked the video. Will Brown, yeah, get replacement glass from Fast Tuck. Order them 10 at a time. I ordered my smock ones 6 at a time, and it took a month to get here. Hey J179, hey Michaela, hey Neil Pry. Yeah, that's the thing, is that I still like my Noisy Cricket 2 better because it's. But remember that the Ocular C is a 5,000 mAh LiPo. So this, and I used it all day yesterday. The battery power at 5,000 mAh is enough. And I didn't chain vape all day. I was able to completely deplete it in probably 2 or 3 hours vaping on it. And then I took it to work and it was fine. You know, vaping every couple of hours for 15 minutes. Yeah, worked fine. And in the car. Let's see, I want to find out what Will Brown is talking about. Oh, he's talking about the Noisy Cricket 2. Yeah, we all love the Noisy Cricket 2. I'm on a personal mission. I want everybody out there to buy Noisy Cricket 2. I wish I could make a Juicy Jones edition Noisy Cricket 2. I really do. I wonder if Wismec would do that for me. I would just put Juicy Jones HQ on it and VapeAM. What would I put on the other side? If I put Juicy Jones HQ on it, what do I put on the other side? OVHQ Crew, is that you? We need nicknames and stuff for all you guys. You guys help me with this. So one of these days we'll have a mod with our name on it that we can all have and be proud of. And if it isn't a Noisy Cricket 2, it'll be something. I don't know. Jay points out he feels like the screen could break down easily. And, you know, I actually think that is like always that was my first thought. But then I realized that the truth is none of the screens on any of my mods are broken. And I've had them for a long time. Like, look, I've had the Cuboid for over a year. And I've had the Cuboid Mini for almost a year. And I've got other mods with glass on them. So the truth is, I think actually, if you think about it, the screen probably isn't the problem. The problem to me is the usability of it. And that's what I learned immediately when I had it in my hand. I was like, oh my God, it's confusing and weird. Oh, hey, there's Jack Yang. It's great to see you. It's so great. I love the international flavor of the channel. You're so welcome. Everyone is welcome on my channel. I want everyone to tune in worldwide. We're all vapors. We're all here to quit smoking. We all want to know what's up with juice and these companies and with the laws that affect us with our vaping and helping to quit smoking and save ourselves from dying of cancer. So I love that you're watching. Thanks, Jack. It's great to see you. Neil Price thinking about getting a new RDTA. Loves the Limitless Plus, but like another. I love the Limitless Plus. And which one do you have, Neil? Do you have if you already have the avocado, then you have a ton of choices that are a lot like the Limitless Plus. So I love my Limitless Plus. It was sitting in the other room, actually in use, and I love. In fact, I'm mailing out some of these. For those of you who won your prizes, by the way, I haven't been able to get to the mailbox yet, but it's Wednesday, and I've got cotton for you, Jay. I've got t-shirts, prizes, a Nube mod. I know that TD Wester doesn't want to wait one more second than he has to, but tonight is my first night because I had to spend last night doing this show. So please bear with me, and I'm going to get those as soon as I can, but I want to get you guys. Oh, and I forgot, I'm waiting for a paycheck from work too. So when I get a paycheck, I'll be able to pay for some shipping. So I forgot about that. So anyway, those are coming as soon as possible. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, Neil, if you don't have an avocado, get one. If not, but I recommend getting the Avocado 22 SE. If you even have an avocado, get the Avocado 22 SE. It's the new one. It's shaped right. Mine's going to be here soon. It's coming from San Francisco right now, and I can't wait. And Dro's on the Avocado 22. Yeah, that's a fun thing. The Limitless Classic is also good. The Classic is the one. Remind me, is the Classic the one with the replaceable decks, or is the Classic the one that's like the Plus? One of them, like the XL, I forget. One of them is a tank. One of them has interchangeable decks, and one of them is just a really good version of the Limitless. Yeah, Will Brown's recommending a home record G2. Hey, Graham Taylor. Hey, everybody. I want to thank everybody who tunes in for the show. You know, I'm Juicy Jones, and you are the Orbital Vaping headquarters crew, and I love all y'all. Thanks for watching the show. Today, we were talking about the Joyetech Ocular. Oh, my God. I can't tell you how much I hate touching this, guys. It feels so horrible. And even just touching this thing, like if you do this, look, it's unlocked, and I went to 64 watts. Like just turning it around in my hand, it unlocks itself that easily. It's unlocked. I mean, it's like you will unlock it touching it. So that has to change. That's cool. J1790 is getting some drip chips. Make sure if you tag me on them. If you tag me, I'll see them. I want to see them. Well, Will Brown points out that temp control on Kanthal, it sort of works. What it is an experimental feature, and it sometimes works. And if you nail it, all things being perfect, it works. But that's not the right way to sell this. The right way to sell this is that this mod is the most efficient battery mod that's ever been made, almost. Like I have nothing that's as efficient on the batteries as this. And the chip has more features than anything I've ever seen. The thing does everything under the sun, has the kitchen sink, everything, temperature control, wattage, bypass, everything, plus temperature control on experimental metals. This thing has a lot of stuff, but all that stuff is experimental. And I know very well the saga of this, and they simply marketed it wrong. It would have been the top selling mod of last year if they had made it a little wider, a little shorter, and marketed it thus. This mod does everything, and you can experiment with weird metals. It's like a sandbox for mods. They would have sold 1 billion, but they didn't. The way they marketed it was like what we see. Oh, Kanthal TC really works. No, it doesn't. But it can. If you are a hardcore hobbyist. But the sell for this is it does everything, and it's the most efficient mod you ever had. If they had sold it that way, they would have sold 1 billion of those. It's hard. Yeah, the avocado is really hard to go wrong. Will Brown points it out. Yummy. It's totally true. And I cannot wait to get my 22 SE because I thought the 22 had the best taste. And one of the reasons I thought was because of the dome top. There was a number of reasons. If you want to know exactly what I thought, watch the video. But one of the reasons was the dome top. Now, they got rid of the dome top with this version, and I'm interested to see the change in the flavor, if at all. It probably won't affect it very much. The dome top, I think, affected more of the turbulence and the spittiness problems. And those are other things that are factors in RDTAs. You can, like I said, you can watch the videos. I go into that stuff ad nauseum all the time. Will Brown, it's the G2. The G2 is obviously the one I'm talking about. The G1 doesn't do any of that stuff. The G1 is just a basic box. But the G2 is the mega, you know, has all the features and stuff. I love the chip they picked. But they, I love you, Ben Ramallah, but you just marketed it wrong. You just didn't. Yeah, Dro, the 22 SE. Yeah, it's got the limitless style. It's so funny because they all learned that design on the bottom. Geek Vape Tech learned that design on the bottom from the old Genesis designs and from the Fody tank, which is right here. And you'll notice that the Fody goes almost all the way to the bottom, and Limitless uses this design. Oops. They use a much bigger cup, which is a bad idea. Geek Vape flattened that so that it's as flat as it can be. It's actually level with the glass on the avocado, which is perfect. And Geek Vape's design makes the capillary action work better than the Limitless one, because the Limitless has a little stainless steel bowl at the bottom that always does a worse job. But they both added that ring on the top for filling, which is really cool. And in fact, OBS took that too for this giant sub-ohm tank, which is really great. This is the easiest to fill giant super sub-ohm tank in the world. For real. For real. Oh, looks like Michaela got the dogs licensed. Well, the truth is the Humane Society deserves the money, though. That's not something to complain about. I mean, it's definitely worth complaining about the fact that we have to spend the money. But, I mean, I would rather spend all my tax money on the Humane Society and save every dog. And then force people who don't neuter their pets to neuter their pets. If you have pets, neuter your pets. Ooh, Francesca just got an orange avocado. Oh, my God. You do need to make some time to build on that sucker. Oh, that's so exciting. This is the OBS. It's just out of control. That's on 6 volts. I think I'm going to go to 5 volts. Oh my gosh. If you want to, you can send your info again, Jay. That's like the 82nd time you've asked me that. But please, send your info again. By all means, do. I'm using a Serpent Mini from Motofo, and it's super nice RTA flavor. Oh my God, I love the Serpent Mini. I love that thing. How many of you guys saw my review for the Conqueror Mini as well? And I'm doing a Serpent one soon. In fact, I was going to ask you, Jay, what about those drip tips that you're talking about? Because this Conqueror, by the way, I have a Conqueror and a Serpent that both need real drip tips. Like, look, that's just nothing, right? And they come with nothing. I looked through my whole collection and they're garbage. And so I just remembered earlier you said that you were going to put Instagram drip tips on. And so how cool are they? Are they 510 drip tips? Are they Kennedy style ones? Are they different sizes? Please tell me everything about it. Please tell me everything in just a few minutes, if you don't mind. Hey, Peter Engelbrecht. Don't retract your message, or you can. Nice to see you. And Dro's doing a good job when you're working on the avocado. That's good. Watch out, though. If you lay it on its side, it probably will. Like, for example, if you really want to test it, and mine fails this all the time, take a paper towel and lay it on its side on the paper towel. And if the holes are over the thing, it will probably wick some liquid out. But that's a good test of whether it'll lick out if you throw it on a towel or on your upholstery or whatever. Hey, what's up, Chili Dog? Salut. Salut, mon ami. That's our friend Chili Dog from France, I believe. What does your avatar look like? This is great. I want to remind y'all, go to Instagram and to and to obviously subscribe here. But Instagram Live, we go live every day almost, and we go to work with me, and I'm in the car, and we do live builds. And every time I get vape mail, I open it on Instagram. And all you have to do is go to Instagram, and let me show you exactly how to put me on notify. There's my puppy. So open up your Instagram app, find someone cool, like Son of Liberty Radio. And if this is my profile, go up here and tap this icon and click turn on post notifications. And if you do that, every time I go live, it's my profile, go up here. Oops, that isn't yours though. Go up here and turn on post notifications. And if you do that, then every time I go live, every time I post something, you'll get a notice. And that's really good too, because those Instagram lives are fun as hell. And everyone tells me over and over and over that mine are the best. And I can't tell you why. Maybe it's because they're a lot similar to this. They aren't quite as cool because they're portrait and because they go away and I can't use multiple cameras and stuff like that. But they're fun, and we get to knit with the girlfriend and have some fun too. It's really cool. Yeah. Although Will Brown, I would correct you just a little bit, is that the avocados are maybe based on the Genesis design, but they're really not like Genesis tanks at all. And the only characteristic they share with Genesis tanks are just the basic design of having the tank on the bottom and having the coil on the top. Everything about them is different. The sizes, the holes, the specs, the screws, the airflow, the tolerances, the height, the wicking, everything is different. And you cannot wick this modern generation of RDTAs with stainless steel. I challenge anyone to. People ask me this all the time, and the answer is a resounding absolutely not. You cannot. And it's not to be done. They're not designed that way. This is an update of that old idea with new ideas for cotton, because now we all use cotton, and in the old days we all used stainless steel, and everyone, it was a big upgrade at first, and then but it's the biggest pain to work with you've ever seen in your entire life, and then you have to put cotton in the middle anyway, and there's just no point now. And also the glass, the hydrology, the adhesion and cohesion, the science of capillary action is doing the work for us. So we don't need stainless steel anymore. So they're really not at all like the Genesis designs. They work on an entirely different they work on the same scientific principle, but in an entirely different mechanical way. They physically have the liquid at the bottom, and they share the same drawbacks and the same benefits, but the machine is very different, actually. Hey, James Rivera's making breakfast for the kids. Oh yeah, the beanie is the pink pussy beanie. This is the protest beanie. That's because I'm a feminist. James Rivera's making breakfast for the kids. That's awesome. Peter Enderborg wants the TFE12. I have one of those coming in rainbow. We'll see. I'm going to compare it to the V tank and the TFE8, obviously. You know that the OBS V tank shares the same coils as the TFE8. I had TFE8 coils in this all day yesterday, and now I have the V tank coil in it. James Rivera, Jenny Tank's good times. Ooh, yeah, James. I mean, yeah, Jay. 5'10" is the size I need. I don't know what kind they are. I guess my first question is I have to look at them, right? Will they look cool on here, on the little sci-fi? You tell me. I don't know. What do you think? I haven't done any shopping for anything like this. Yeah, all that stainless steel mess was a nonsense pain in the ass. It was a complete pain in the ass, and it was a fun thing to do as far as tactile stuff goes, but it took so much time. And how much time do we spend wicking now? I really appreciate H Cigar, Haze, Evogo, Geek Vape Tech, and iJoy for really transforming those tanks. And all 5 of those companies really were the companies that decided to rebuild, to redesign the old Genesis decks for a new thing. And the benefits are that your liquid never heats up, and that's really nice, and that the flavor is amazing because the coil is right next to your mouth. It's creating and you can put big builds on them. They're incredibly easy to work on because you just pop off the top. And but they share some drawbacks, which is extreme turbulence, very wet vape, and a very hot vape. But you just have to address that with the way you build. That's all. And it can leak if you don't wick them correctly. Yeah, the stainless steel mesh was a pain. So what is it, 7:59? How long have we been on here? Oh, it's time to go. Oh gosh. Yeah, we've been on for about an hour. So this is Orbital Vaping headquarters. I love you guys. Now's your time. We have like maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. Just start chiming in. What do you want to say? Let's all say goodbye. And I'm going to go to work today. And I'll see you guys on Instagram Live on the way to work. And I'm going to just keep on vaping on my Ocular on this little... It's a really cool little atomizer. I'm going to do a review of this soon. Have you guys seen this? The Monstrudo by Coilmaster. It's got... Oh, I took this off autofocus, didn't I? Oopsie. It's got 5 baby air holes. I'm sorry, 4? Is it 4 or 5? Yeah, 4 baby air holes on either side. And then this channeling airflow, this humongous channeling airflow from underneath. It actually has really good airflow. It has a glass cap. And so it actually doesn't really transfer significant heat to the top. So it may look absolutely ridiculous, but it performs real well. I actually really like this thing. And it's sort of like the theorem. Oh, the button almost stuck. Almost. I tell you, it wants to. I'm just going to juice up so we can vape out together here. All together as one family. Jack Yang, I heard Limitless getting lots of clones. I have no idea. They're not expensive enough to clone, I think, so... Yummy. I love all you guys. You guys are the best. I'm going to go. Let me just click the button. Let's vape out. Have a great day. I'll see you Saturday and every day on Instagram. Thanks so much. Oh, my hand stopped it. Thank you.